What if the secret to better mileage, smoother performance, and a longer lasting engine wasn't under your hood, but in a $10 bottle? These aren't your average auto store shelf fillers. They're the fuel additives mechanics rarely mention, and probably hope you don't ask about. In this video, we're breaking down 13 powerful fuel additives that can clean injectors, boost MPG, reduce carbon buildup, and even protect your fuel system from costly damage. Many of which shops won't recommend because they cut down on the problems that bring you back. Whether you drive a gas, diesel, or flex fuel vehicle, these hidden gems can help restore lost power and efficiency without a wrench ever touching your engine. Before we dive in, hit that like, smash subscribe, and ring the bell, because mechanics aren't going to tell you these fuel-saving secrets. Let's kick off with number 13, the fuel additive mechanics swear by, but most drivers ignore. When it comes to saving your car's fuel system, this isn't just another product, it's a lifesaver. Chevron Techron Concentrate Plus has been reviving fuel systems since before many of us even touched a steering wheel. But this isn't hype, it's a trusted formula, recommended by GM, used by dealerships, and thoroughly tested to actually clean. We're talking a deep system cleanse, injectors, valves, combustion chambers, all restored like new. The real difference? Polyethyramine. Most cheap additives don't have it, but Techron does, and in potent doses. Therefore, when vehicles roll into my shop with misfires, rough idle, or terrible MPG, a single bottle often flips the script. Smoother throttle, cleaner emissions, no new parts needed. It's not some magic potion, but chemistry that delivers. That's why it's one of the few additives I personally keep stocked. But while Techron rules the roads here, across the ocean, a German challenger is quietly shaking up the game. Let's roll on to our next pick, a fuel injection cleaner crafted with German engineering, but powerful enough to fix problems before they become expensive repairs. Number 12, Liqui-Moly Jectron, the injector cleaner that wakes up tired European engines. If you're driving a German car that's starting to hesitate, idle rough, or stumble on cold starts, it might not need a mechanic. It might just need a bottle of Liqui-Moly Jectron. Unlike generic cleaners that promise a lot but deliver little, Jectron is TÜV certified and meets strict German OEM standards. It's engineered specifically for European engines, but works wonders across other makes too. This formula targets stubborn carbon deposits inside fuel injectors and intake valves, breaking them down without damaging seals or sensitive sensors. Therefore, it restores throttle response, improves combustion, and smooths out engine performance, often with just a single treatment. I've seen engines on the verge of an expensive teardown come back to life after a bottle of Jectron. It's not just marketing, it's chemistry designed for precision. For high mileage Euro cars running like they're having a bad day, this additive can make them feel sharp again. But next, we're shifting gears from precision tuning to raw diesel power, where the right additive can save you thousands in repairs. Let's move on to a fuel system cleaner that doesn't just promise performance, it delivers results mechanics can't deny. 11. The 3-in-1 fuel cleaner that turns sluggish cars into street monsters. When you see the royal purple logo, you already expect performance, but Max Clean isn't your average fuel additive. It's a complete fuel system revival in a bottle. This isn't just a cleaner for injectors, it's a triple threat formula that cleans, restores, and protects your entire fuel system. Real-world tests, not random internet claims, show fuel economy improvements of up to 3.2%, horsepower gains up to 2.6%, and emissions dropping by 12% to 18%. I've personally watched dull, sluggish daily drivers transform into sharper, more responsive machines after a single treatment. Max Clean scrubs injectors, intake valves, and combustion chambers, but it doesn't stop there. It's designed for both gasoline and diesel engines, giving you a smoother idle, faster throttle response, and cleaner exhaust, without ever lifting a wrench. It's also formulated for vehicles in storage, making it perfect for weekend toys, motorcycles, and hot rods. If your engine feels tired, Max Clean can bring back its edge. No teardown needed. Let's shift gears and roll into number 10, an octane booster that doesn't just claim big numbers, it builds race fuel right inside your tank. Number 10, Boostain Professional, the octane booster that turns pump gas into 116 octane race fuel. Most octane boosters you see at gas stations are just overpriced snake oil. They'll empty your wallet but barely move your octane level. Boostain Professional isn't one of those. Track racers swear by it because Boostain doesn't mess around. It allows you to custom blend your pump gas into race fuel, reaching up to 116 octane depending on the mix. Therefore, if you're pushing a turbo build, high compression street engine, or simply can't afford knock, Boostain becomes your secret weapon. What sets it apart? It's not just alcohol and mystery chemicals. Boostain uses a proprietary anti-knock formula tested safe for oxygen sensors and catalytic converters. It cleans, boosts, and enhances without clogging up critical engine components. They even offer an app that calculates the perfect mix ratio based on your current fuel and desired octane level, and precision most boosters can't even dream of. If you're serious about engine safety and performance under full throttle, Boostain Professional is the real deal you need in your garage. Let's move on to number 9, a can of fuel magic that transforms regular pump gas into high-octane race fuel if you know how to use it. Number 9, Torco Unleted Fuel Accelerator. The race fuel in a can mechanics don't mention unless you ask. Most octane boosters are overhyped and under-deliver, but Torco Unleted Fuel Accelerator isn't one of them. This is what serious tuners and track junkies reach for when VP Racing or Sunoco 110 isn't an option. Torco doesn't just bump your octane by a couple of points. It allows you to build custom race fuel right in your tank. Loaded with methyl cyclopentadienyl manganese tricarbonyl, it delivers actual, measurable octane increases, not marketing fluff. Therefore, you can raise 91 pump gas to over 102 plus octane, which is a game changer for turbocharged, supercharged, or high compression engines craving detonation protection. But this isn't for your average grocery getter. Used improperly, it can foul plugs and clog catalytic converters. Used correctly though, it eliminates knock, sharpens throttle response, and brings back horsepower that seemed lost. I've personally used it on everything from built street cars to drag strip beasts needing that extra safety margin up top. But now, let's head into diesel territory, where the right additive can save you from injector nightmares and expensive repair bills. Let's roll into number 8, an essential diesel treatment that does more than clean your fuel system. It saves you from expensive failures before they even happen. Number 8. Hotshot Secret. Everyday diesel treatment, the one additive diesel owners can't afford to ignore. Modern diesel engines are powerful but far less forgiving than they used to be. Ultra low sulfur diesel, ULSD fuel stripped away crucial lubricity, and therefore injectors and fuel pumps are wearing out faster than ever. That's where Hotshot Secret Everyday Diesel Treatment, EDT, steps in as a true multitasker. This isn't just a cetane booster. EDT boosts cetane, restores lost lubricity, cleans injectors, stabilizes fuel, and even fights off moisture, all in one shot. But what really sets it apart is the LX4 lubricity additive inside. It's designed to protect high-pressure fuel systems, especially vulnerable CP4 pumps, from catastrophic wear. I've seen smoky Cummins engines and rough idling power strokes smooth out after just one treated tank. Quicker starts, snappier throttle, and sometimes even a small MPG bump are just bonuses. Considering CP4 pump failures can cost upwards of $4,000, this additive becomes cheap insurance you shouldn't skip. But what's next? A diesel additive that's been a trucker's secret weapon for over 2 decades, and it still works like magic today. Let's dive into number 7, a diesel additive that's been quietly riding in truckers' glove boxes for years, but still outperforms many of the flashy new products today. Number 7, Power Service Diesel Clean plus Cetane Boost, the diesel additive that brings back lost power. Cold starts that shake the entire truck, rough idling, and sluggish throttle under load. Diesel engines develop these issues over time, but Power Service Diesel Clean plus Cetane Boost is the tried and true fix mechanics and fleet operators have trusted since the early 2000s. Unlike generic fuel cleaners that make vague promises, this formula boosts cetane by up to 6 points, therefore ensuring cleaner combustion, quicker starts, smoother idling, and stronger pulls, especially when your truck is under heavy load or battling winter cold. It doesn't stop at performance. It also cleans injectors, enhances fuel economy, and adds critical lubricity, something ULSD fuel severely lacks. It even prevents fuel gelling in freezing temps, which means fewer no-start mornings and less white smoke at cold idle. Number 6, Starron Enzyme Fuel Treatment, fuel rehab in a bottle. Water contamination is a silent killer in fuel systems, but Starron enzyme fuel treatment isn't just another stabilizer, it's a fuel rehabilitation formula designed to break down water and fix phase-separated ethanol-laced fuel. Unlike old-school alcohol-based stabilizers that can cause more harm than good, Starron uses enzymes to molecularly break apart water clusters and evenly disperse them, therefore preventing phase separation that leads to sludge and corrosion. This isn't a hope for the best gimmick. It's trusted in marine engines, RV tanks, and equipment that sits idle for months but needs to fire up on demand. It also prevents corrosion, cleans injectors, and keeps fuel fresh for up to 2 years. I've used it in everything from outboards to snowblowers, and it's never let me down. But if you've ever had a frozen fuel line stop you dead in the middle of winter, this next tiny bottle is your cold weather best friend. Number 5. STP Water Remover and Fuel Line. Antifreeze, the $5 fix that saves cold starts. Freezing nights bring a hidden enemy. Water vapor inside your fuel system that turns to ice, clogging lines and preventing starts. But STP Water Remover and Fuel Line Antifreeze has been solving this issue for decades, long before modern additives existed. It's cheap, simple, but brutally effective. Unlike flashy additives filled with hype, this formula pulls moisture out of your fuel before it can freeze, therefore ensuring your lines stay clear and your car fires up even in bitter cold. I've poured this into everything: old carbureted engines, daily drivers, even lawn mowers, and every time it's saved the day. Mechanics love it because it works, it's affordable, and it fixes 9 out of 10 cold start complaints without a single wrench turned. It also prevents rust in steel tanks and protects injectors from water pitting. But we've played with the lightweights long enough. Next, we're stepping into the heavy hitters, the combustion cleaners that mechanics use but never mention up front. If you think fuel system cleaning is a dealership-only service, the next product will blow that myth out of the water. Let's dive into number 4, a powerful cleaner the dealership charges triple for but only uses 1 can of. Number 4, BG44K Fuel System. Cleaner the dealership's dirty little secret. When your car comes into a dealership with rough idle, sluggish throttle, or hesitation under load, they'll happily sell you an expensive fuel system service. But what they won't tell you is that most of the time, all they're doing is pouring in a can of BG44K. This isn't your average cleaner. BG44K is loaded with high-concentration polyethyramine (PEA), the same cleaning agent found in Techron, but at far more aggressive levels. Therefore, it attacks intake valve deposits, carbon buildup, and combustion chamber gunk with surgical precision. No tools needed. I've seen misfiring engines barely holding an idle turn buttery smooth after 1 tank treated with BG44K. It's not cheap, but it's powerful, and if you drive a direct injection engine, you should be using it every 10,000 miles minimum. Number 3, Lubagard Fuel System. Most people overlook Lubagard Fuel System Booster, and that's a shame because this little bottle boosts power, MPG, and fuel system lubrication all at once. Unlike typical cleaners that only scrub away deposits, Lubagard actually enhances how your fuel burns, leading to better throttle response, lower emissions, and even smoother, quieter combustion. It's EPA registered, OEM approved, and works on gasoline and ethanol blends. Therefore, if you've been feeling like your engine lost its edge, this might be the fix hiding in plain sight. JAX2, K, and N Performance Plus Fuel System. Cleaner the hidden gem for engines that are already struggling, Oxace. Most folks know K and N for their air filters, but their Performance Plus Fuel System Cleaner is an unsung hero for fuel systems in serious need of help. Unlike basic cleaners that fail on clogged injectors, hesitation, or cold starts, K and N's formula is built to tackle engines that are already running poorly, packed with high concentration PEA, like Techron and BG44K, but with added friction modifiers and anti-corrosion agents. It doesn't just clean, it protects while it works. Therefore, it restores throttle response, reduces misfires. 1. Seafoam motor treatment, the Swiss Army knife of engine additives. When it comes to fuel additives that actually work, Seafoam motor treatment is in a league of its own. It's not just a trendy product mechanics keep around for show. They keep it because it gets results every single time. Since 1942, Seafoam has been a go-to for fixing fuel system issues, breaking down sludge, and breathing life back into engines that seem beyond saving. But Seafoam isn't a one-trick pony. It works in your fuel system, crankcase, and even intake system. Therefore, it's the most flexible, do-it-all additive out there. It's not flashy, it doesn't come with over-the-top promises, but unlike most hyped-up products, Seafoam actually delivers. But here's the truth. For every Seafoam or Techron that works, there are dozens of miracle additives sitting on store shelves that do nothing but drain your wallet. Some of them make wild claims, others just look fancy, but none of them belong anywhere near your fuel system. So after all the hype, marketing fluff, and flashy bottles, it turns out the real heroes were the simplest bottles sitting quietly on the shelf. If this breakdown saved you from wasting your hard-earned cash, here's your turn to give back. Hit that like button. It's free and it tells the algorithm this is content that matters. Drop a comment. I want to hear your personal additive horror story or your favorite product that's never let you down. Smash that subscribe button and click the bell icon so you're always the first to know when we drop real-world, no-nonsense car care tips. And do a friend a favor. Share this video with someone who's still pouring junk into their fuel tank without a clue. We've cut through the BS today. Let's keep it that way.